Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Z2X. I'm joined here again by my co-host.
I am the ex mom,
Yeah, and
not ex mom. I'm a mom,
yeah,
Gen X.
yeah. Sorry, we've banished you actually.
I
Uh,
know, right?
yeah. So today we're going to be talking about another content creator
YouTuber.
here. Yeah.
Yep.
Popular finance YouTuber Caleb Hammer. Who is, just in case you don't know, he hosts the Financial Audit show on YouTube, which is what he's most known for, where he interviews people about their personal finances. It basically helps them create a plan to improve, and he's known to be pretty tough on people. That's kind of his brand, kind of this real, like, what are you doing? Like, seriously, like a tough love, basically, approach.
Yeah, he's all about personal self accountability for your
Yeah,
own spending. He doesn't like it when people are,
make
doing the blame
excuses.
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
he's very tough because truthfully, when it comes to finances, you kind of have to be tough. And a lot of people haven't learned these things in school. You are an exception because, I had you do finance classes when you were 12, 13, right?
yep.
In college classes in economics, and
But
your papa taught economics also.
yeah, like the main thing, right, is like
Yeah,
because a
but your
lot.
dad made you watch this dude,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, he like, you should watch this dude because he's good. He didn't really make
Yeah,
me. He was like
exactly.
just a suggestion. I watched it and I'm like, this is a. It's a very fun channel because you see these people and some of these individuals are just so tough-headed. I don't know how to describe it. They're like, well, anyways, I spend 600 bajillion dollars on like OnlyFans, and I wonder why I can't make my rent. Man, it's a
Or
mystery.
go or when they do the DoorDash every
Oh my
single
God,
day for their
DoorDash, yeah.
food.
But that's basically who he is. He's a very
Uh-huh.
financially centered person overall,
Yeah, because
and
his history, didn't he have financial issues when he was
oh, his family
um
was horrible. Like his parents were horrible at dealing with finance. When he was young too. So like
uh-huh.
I mean, like he did not come from a really like excellent position basically in
Yeah, where he didn't learn good finances either, got himself in a little bit of problems, got himself out, figured out how to share this, kind of created his own business. He's an entrepreneur,
yeah.
and then wanted to share this with other people and help them not, succumb into debt, and then help people who are in debt how to get out,
Yeah,
give them
yeah,
ideas.
basically. So, but however, where the story begins is kind of a two-parter right here.
Yeah.
Is
What are
it?
we going to especially talk about with him right now is his how the internet views him.
Yeah, the internet views him because for some reason, despite being he lives in Texas, but he's a very center-leaning person. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he mentioned it before. He's not like really left or right. He looked at the financial thing of it. It's like, well, you're in this situation, that means this, and he hates when people try and blame a politics or anything on their financial
Yeah.
situation
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah,
their
because
fault.
it is a personal responsibility. For every person needs to have their own personal accountability for finances, and sometimes it's a hard truth that we have to face. I mean, all of us have been there as adults. If you're over a certain age, that you are responsible for your freaking own
Finances.
income. Yeah, and how you spend it. I mean, come on, people. You have to take accountability for your spending. But and he kind of tells about stop being in the culture of where everybody's like, oh, I want to gratification. Everything
Instant
has to be, oh,
gratification,
it's
yes.
all about me. I need to be happy, and this makes me happy. And he's like, no, that's not how. It's not going to make you happy, because at the end of the day, you're going to be homeless. Which he does to people who are homeless. Like, he has people that have lost everything on his show. But it's crazy to me because I think that because I just watched his last one that you sent me with the Michigan governor, Gretchen, what's her last name, Whitmer or something like that.
Yeah.
And he even brings up there that there's parts of it where he talks about the political. Everything is they, them, us against them, no matter what side you are, the other. And he's just like, why are we like this? And he took that test. Am I right that he took
Yeah,
a political
yeah,
test,
yeah.
and he's
We're yeah, we're gonna loop around, especially to all that later, right? You remember
okay?
uh the first thing that got him to hot water though
Oh yeah, let's talk
was
about that.
yeah, before we get too ahead of ourselves, is basically, so I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something. It was, yeah, October 20th. He got into hot water when he interviewed these two people that were basically illegal immigrants, is the best, or
Yeah.
dreamers,
We're
whatever you want
supposed
to
to
call them.
call them non-documented
Non-document,
immigrants.
yeah, yeah. They call themselves dreamers. I don't really care. I mean, that is, the government's calling them illegal immigrants right now, so I think that's the best way to say it. And in
Yeah,
his
I
video,
think
he
so too.
titles it that
Yeah.
way. And he
Oh,
goes,
okay.
so I'll go through this little thread here that someone compiled. I've watched the full thing myself, but just as quick
Uh-huh.
notes. They first of all, you have Oscar 32 and Natasha 29. She lied about her age though and said that she is 32 when
She
she's
said she's
35.
29. Yeah, but she's not.
Yeah, because he pointed this out because they're like, "Oh, we have a 17-year-old daughter," and he would be like, "Wait. What's the age there for someone to be 29 and have a 17-year-old daughter, and for him to be like, he would be 18 at that time? That doesn't look good."
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
But
basically,
tell why they lied. Tell her, just go right to the point of why she lied.
why she lied? Well, because there's certain benefits that you can get depending on for your age. Like, I forgot exactly what it is, but if you're born within a certain period of time, you can basically get these
Uh-huh.
certain government benefits if you are from another country,
Another country,
and you
which
come
is
to one.
so weird to me that they do that. I really find it crazy because I even, going off this a little bit, but I even worked in for a college, and we did some research about helping people from other countries and even illegals how to get free education. And they do give it to them, which I remember going, what? What? They're giving them free college? I don't get free college. I have to pay a freaking ton. And I mean, I felt bad for the kids, mind you, because they're just here with the parents. And I wish that the kids could themselves, if they came in with their parents at 18, get a green card and try to qualify
Yeah.
for, citizenship. Because, you don't want to be the sins of your parents. I don't think that's correct either. But I do find it that we shouldn't be doing that anyway. But go ahead, go on, because
But
I think
yeah,
that's what she was kind of what she was
yeah,
doing too.
yeah. So these people, like, this is important, I think, to give the context of it because of what people said after. So
Yeah.
he makes $31 an hour, works 55 to 60 hours a week, basically makes, I think, about $80,000 per year that are
Uh-huh.
not taxed because he isn't paying his taxes.
Oh,
Um,
that's because he's an independent contractor, right?
no. He does. I mean, he is, but literally, he is not filing his taxes when he's supposed to be
Yeah.
filing
Uh-huh.
his taxes.
Yeah.
So realistically, if you're comparing it to someone like, that's the equivalent of American paying their full taxes, about making $100,000 per year.
Yeah.
Is two of
Uh-huh.
the kids aren't his; they're from a previous marriage that she had, and they
And
are
they own a home.
and they own a
I don't know how they got a home being not legal residents. I don't understand how how that happened and who gave them that loan.
Yeah, and she's the whole time arguing about, like, oh, this is, my budget weekly when you're supposed to
Oh
budget
yeah.
monthly and then separate it week by week what you can spend.
Yeah. She does a weird budgeting system for sure.
Yeah,
She had a weird
yeah, and
budgeting
then
system.
so these people then they have a house, they have all this, they're getting government benefits, probably making $120,000 per year if you include not paying taxes plus these benefits. On
Yeah.
top of that, they are then $133,000 in bad debt. For anyone that's not aware of what bad debt is, that's something that does not generate interest, equity, or anything. That's just like shit,
Yeah, it's not
basically.
it's not your house. It's cars and credit cards,
Which
basically.
cars can be a good type of debt. Like, they can
Yeah.
build to your credit if done correctly, but this is like, I have $2,000 on a credit card to video games. That's like a bad debt because they're like, oh, we got to
Yeah.
go see Lionel Messi, we got to go see all these stuff.
Oh, because they were doing that. They were buying tickets to go to uh
Messi and
soccer.
Madonna's,
Yeah,
like,
and then they were
thousands of
going to,
dollars.
yeah, they went to
Trips,
some, yeah, uh-huh.
12K
Yep.
dollars for a soccer match.
Oh my
Bought a
gosh.
cleaning room that sweeps and in mops on a credit card. Total debt is $420,000. The rest, actually, no, it crossed over $500,000 in the post show, but because they weren't willing to, basically
Yeah,
even
because
mention selling their $550,000 car, right?
yeah, because Caleb Hammer, people who don't know, when you're on the show, he tells you, okay, this is what you're going to need to do to get out of this debt. And if people aren't willing to do that, then he's like, all right, we're done.
He's
Don't
like,
waste my
why am
time.
I even talking to you?
Yeah, why are you why did you even want to come here if you're not willing to make the changes that you need to make to be better? And these people were not. They were
Yeah.
clearly not. And there was that other girl also that he just had, not to jump around, but the one that was doing the cheerleading thing.
Yes,
That got a huge
that also got a huge one. To give a quick TLDR, because I know it pretty well. Basically, this girl is putting a bunch of money into like this. She's like, I have kids, and I'm spending $500 per month on cheerleading, like to sign up for cheerleading events for like. And also, I am trying to start my own hair cuttery place, but I put so much money into it. Also, my boyfriend is paying for all this, and he doesn't pay any taxes. Also, this is Donald Trump's fault that this is happening.
Yeah.
Uh,
She's like, this is Donald Trump's fault. This Donald Trump. And he's like, why? And she's like, because she doesn't get her benefits as much and something else. And he was like,
the tariffs.
okay,
She's
yeah, the
blaming
tariffs.
on the tariffs because
But the tariffs have nothing to do with her making income doing hair.
And what he pointed out was like, no matter what, like, well, because she was blaming like, her boyfriend's business. She was mentioning that basically like, or like Caleb was like, this would be the same no matter who won the election.
Yeah, exactly.
And lastly, with this woman is that it's most likely she was also lying for government benefits by saying that they lived apart when they actually lived together because of how she was talking. Yeah. It seemed very likely.
And she would spend, even though they were in debt, she would spend $300 a month to do competitive cheer that was given from, and he said basically that's what the government gave her in food stamps. And he was like, that's what the government's paying you to go do cheer. You don't even, I mean,
and she's
if you got rid of that, yeah. And he's like, if you got rid of that, you wouldn't even have to be on government subsidizing, but she won't because she wants to be on government
But she
EBT.
Wants to change, though. You don't understand.
Well, she says this,
you don't
but she
understand.
doesn't.
She wants to change so bad.
And so I guess the title of it is Caleb Hammer, a right-wing crazy, but he's not.
Yeah,
he's just
because this loops back around to the whole thing, because after this one I feel like piled on what people were saying, but after that, the Caleb Hammer, the one about those immigrants, so like this, basically someone was like, as someone posted in Reddit review, Caleb Hammer is the Dr. Phil of finance, all blustery right-wing sensationalism and disdain for his guests. Which Caleb Hammer, in a viral tweet with 5 million views and 50,000 likes, replied, "Bruh, I literally just tell people to spend less than they make, pay off bad debt, and talk a little tea. I guess I'm a Nazi." And people are calling him, like, they're comparing him like Dr. Phil, sensationalist sort of person who, like...
Can I just inject? Yeah. I think that this generation of millennials and probably half of your generation Z's.
The older ones, yeah.
Yeah. I think that they have this problem that they feel like they're owed. Everybody owes them things because they've been told this in college. The government should do this. The government should do that. Well, look how the government turns out when the government shuts down. And then they're blaming Trump for that. But it's like, no, he has nothing to do with it. It's the Senate. It's the House. They have to vote on this crap. It's like, you guys... You should never rely on the government for anything, and you should always take self-accountability for what you're spending. But I don't think that, and maybe a lot of these kids, maybe it's my X generation's fault that, we wanted to give more to our kids than we were given because our parents were like, hey, go outside and do whatever the hell and go to work. Get out of the house by the time you're 17, 18. Go to work. You have to pay for your own college because I'm not paying for it. And so a lot of my generation were like, hey, I'm going to help you because I don't want you to be behind before you get ahead. Or be, you know what I mean? But they didn't give them self-accountability either. They didn't say, hey, you can't buy that because you have this bill that you still have to pay. They didn't tell them you have to pay this, this, and this first before you get to go do this.
Yeah.
And and that also goes to show that we are a society that are very privileged, if you think about it, then, because we have this other, things that help people out, or our parents, these parents help them out, or their grandparents help them out. I mean, they don't understand that. I mean, let's take, for example, my niece Alex and her, my sister, to do all this stuff. They expected everybody to do all these things for them, and they kept doing DoorDash. They were barely paying their bills. They had high interest rates and everything. And if they'd gone on Caleb Hammer, he would have said, ditch the house, move
Yeah.
back in with the parents. And they refused to do that, remember? And then they ended up
Hmm.
divorcing because, again, people don't realize financial issues are hard, and it takes a toll on everybody. And if nobody's willing to be responsible, and that's all he does. When did being financially responsible become some Republican thing?
Yeah,
That's my question.
well,
I don't
because
understand that.
the whole thing that people, the reason why people were saying that was because it was specifically like, oh, they're talking about an immigrant or whatever. Which, by the way, in the video, he said it's like, I specifically to him, it's like I love people like you because you come to our country, you're like working,
You're
you're on the
working.
grind, right?
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
I was working 6 years a week, but
But his wife is not, right?
yeah, she works barely anything at all just to basically be able to claim taxes. That's effectively
Well,
what
and
it
if you
is.
think about it, though, let's go back to, like, quote unquote, that a lot of the people on the far left say there is no American dream. Those two Hispanics that just were from another country, Mexico, I think,
Yes.
they're living the American dream. They bought a house. They have two cars. They go travel. They go to all these, like, Disney World and all this stuff, and they're having the really awesome life, even though they're in debt by 300,000. If they left tomorrow, the United States would not be able to recoup in the businesses and the home loans of what they left, because they can't go after them. They're not going to be able to get them.
Yeah, that's $500,000, like $150,000 in bad debt. Like you can like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's stuff like experiences, like what are they gonna do? Hit you with a Men in Black, like rat, like gun or whatever, like the memory wiping thing. Like no, those
Yeah.
are certain things that you cannot take back. You can take their house, but that's about as much as you can do. Um,
And even then, I mean, they're never going to get any of the interest. I mean, and I don't like interest, so, but they're never going to be able to get all that back. And so he's just saying that this doesn't do good for the United States either. It doesn't help anybody. It's all around problem. But for him to say that, and to him to say, hey, you don't need to be doing this, people went off on him. And the other girl, the cheerleading lady, that got food stamps when she didn't need to, and she just refused to work. She
Yeah,
just refused.
I mean
She's
that's his thing, is that if there's something unpreventable, he doesn't mind. That's like you cannot get it, but if you are letting yourself get into a situation and not trying to fix it yourself, that's what he really hates.
Yeah, and I
Um,
don't think there's anything that's left or right about that. I just feel like that's good money. But this is a problem, and that's what he was talking about with that Gretchen Whitmer, the
the governor of
Michigan
Michigan,
governor.
yeah,
Yeah, and I'm really glad that she came on there. And I mean, it was
I
pretty
mean
awesome. And
kudos to her, yeah.
yeah, I mean, seriously, kudos to her. She's kind of gone into a very middle ground, like old school Democrats. I feel like she's trying to keep her foot there and not go to extremes,
Hmm.
and try to work with whoever just to be for her state. And I kudos to her that she did that. And he even said, I would be pressing the governor of Texas, if with his stuff too, even though it's right. He goes, right now it sounds like I'm doing it to the left, because he's doing hard-hitted. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, I
What are these
yeah,
policies?
on
How
his
is this
Twitter
helping
actually,
anybody?
he like on the thing he like tweeted at a bunch of these other governors, and he's like, "Hey, you guys should come on my show, right? Like,
Yeah,
cause
and I think that would be awesome, because look at how many people, how likable she just became. And granted, she did kind of do her toe step in political talk, and he even joked about that. He's like, oh, that was a political spin. And he's like, it was funny just sitting here and hearing that straight out. But she was good, and let's face it,
respectful."
they both were extremely respectful. Normally he'll tell people to F off because he's like, I'm not playing games, we're going to get out of debt. But he did bring up the political division. And why is it that everybody is so divided? And it's like you have to have the home team. Are you for the home team? Are your home team my home team? It's bad. It's bad, bad, bad that we're here and we've become this. And
Yeah.
how finances became political. How stupid is that? But yeah, I think that she did a good job. Of course, he does a good job because he knows what he's talking about. And
Hmm.
I was really interested to hear that she even said in Michigan that they're trying to get away from federal pensions because they don't want what happened to Detroit and other places where they went bankrupt, and then the people who put all that time and money in didn't get their
Yeah.
pensions. So and pensions are good for people who work for states because it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, they say
My,
it's guaranteed, but if you know anything about economics, it's not guaranteed, people.
but
Just so you know.
it's just more like confirmed is effectively what it is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but if a state goes, or like Chicago did too, Chicago went bankrupt.
You lose
A
that.
couple times. Yeah, you lose a huge percentage of that pension, and it
I
becomes
think
it's like a Ponzi scheme in a lot of
I was
ways.
gonna say I think it's more reliable. I think would be the accurate way to say it, where it's like you're more likely
It
to receive this.
It
But
depends on because nowadays a lot of pensions, okay, a lot of people's pensions and the union and stuff had theirs in Tesla
yeah,
stocks and stuff. And then when everybody started hating on him because of him supporting Trump, I mean, all these people just lost a ton of their unions, are mostly Democrat, lost a lot of their pensions. It's like, dudes, just why are you making money political like that? Again, I don't understand it because you're just screwing yourself. But I want to go before we're done. What do you think about Caleb Hammer? Because you know way more about him
yeah.
because you watch more of it,
I
and your
watch his
dad.
show all the time. Basically, whenever I'm not
Yeah, you and
watching
your dad.
like a piece of television, he's probably my go-to YouTuber apart from someone like Asmongold or something like that.
Yeah, and your dad said that too. And I love it because I don't hardly watch him, but I hear you two talk about it, so I feel like I get a whole episode, and understanding because you two talk about what you guys just watched. The people that are on there, you're like, oh my gosh, that person was crazy and delusional, or that person, I feel so bad for them because you see that they're trying. I love listening to it.
Yeah, but
But
yeah, yeah.
I just was
Overall,
gonna,
oh, sorry, continue. My bad. There's a little
no,
bit of lag here.
I know, I was just gonna say, but what Caleb Hammer didn't, he wanted to move to a walkable city, and he was wanting to move to New York City. Do you think he'll move there now that they
Mamdani
have
is
that
in.
socialist?
Yeah,
That Caleb Hammer would never agree with that because he is like against that kind of stuff.
he is
He
a
can't get, he
very
doesn't like free
he doesn't
because there's
like
nothing
free
free.
stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
because there is no free. Where's the money coming from?
I could see him still moving there, but then like changing it up after he realizes what it's like, or maybe because I think he was gonna spend a bit
He's too smart for that. I don't think
to
he'll
go
do it.
there. I wouldn't be
Uh-huh.
surprised if he moves there, and then like, or not moves there, but waits to see like what it looks like. If things get
Yeah,
better,
yeah.
then he'll pull
I
up.
did see his tweet talk about that, I guess, in Austin, Texas, where he lives now, that they're not going to be doing some extra taxing. So he was happy about that. But in New York City, they said they're going to do higher taxing. And if you're white, you're going to get 10% more tax than if you're not, or 2%. I can't remember, 2 to 10. And depending on your income too. Which is, I don't know if they can legally do that because that's discriminating. But I can't see Caleb Hammer ever living in a place where that would be, where his
Yeah,
money would go to somebody who, you know,
engages in that.
because
Yeah.
because he doesn't believe in free stuff. Like, it's good to have social things, obviously, for every
But
state.
yeah, but I mean, at the same time though, his belief is the free things are great actually, but it should be used as leverage to pull yourself up. Also, he
Yeah,
just one last thing
exactly.
before is he sometimes poked fun at a little bit the military. I'm just gonna say insurance scams almost, where people claim that they're much worse off than they actually are to get like huge disability, and how much money is going to that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, like because he's like every single person, even if they've like never or have been in the softest positions in the military, always are like
Oh,
have
the
these
military.
huge,
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
humongous like disability things. And
Well,
he's
you know somebody who's in the military and gets disability too.
oh yeah, no, but I'm not gonna lie. From what I heard, he's the military did kind of mess with him. Like I think he gets like 3 hours of sleep every night or something like that. He
Oh,
told
that's
me.
it?
Yeah, basically.
He is like a crazy ADHD person, I have to say for sure. Um, I mean, my brother was in the military and, you know, he had issues too, but I don't think he's on disability. I don't think he's ever claimed disability because, for one, he just wouldn't. And plus, when you're in the military, you also get your insurance through the VA system. And in Idaho, they have a wonderful VA.
Oh yeah.
Here in here in Florida, they have amazing VA also. Um, so it probably depends, you know, how well that would be, because they will always get that, which is awesome that they do that. But yeah, Caleb Hammer definitely he calls out he just calls out people. He just calls out when you're trying to hide shit. I would love to see him do a lot more governors and mayors
I think that
for
should be a
cities too.
series.
I think it should be too. I
Yeah,
think
because
that would be really well
he
received.
hearted a tweet that was like, or not a tweet, but a YouTube comment that was like, there should be a 50-part series with every single, um, like
Governor.
governor. Yeah, but
Yeah. And
it,
truthfully, I think he should also go into mayors, like with big cities like Austin, Orlando, Miami, you know, and other like New York, but I doubt that would happen. And um, LA, which who knows what, I don't even know if they're honest where their money is going. You know what I mean? Just to do a city and state audits, that would be awesome.
I
Just to
agree.
see. And I think that people like look at Gretchen Whitmer. Like she's very personable, and it was nice seeing a different side to somebody. I mean, I personally didn't like her choices that she did during the COVID, but listening to her there, she was very like, "Hey, you know, we all nobody wants to go back to that."
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
she did not. She's
I
like, yeah, it was messed up,
I
but
will
we
have
can't.
yeah I'll have to agree there 100%. But
Yeah.
you think that's good right there?
I think we talked about, I mean,
Yep.
hey, hey guys, if you like our stuff, don't forget to subscribe.
A
And we also have the
Ko-fi
Ko-fi.
in the
If
description.
you want to buy
Yes.
us a cup of coffee, if you want to leave comments on things that you want to hear us talk about from
Mhm.
our perspective, from my perspective and the Z's perspective, or things that, because there's things that we don't agree on a lot of stuff either, and then, or the things that we do like or don't like, leave a comment. Let
Yeah.
us know. We'll follow through with whatever. Or we've had a couple people message, but um, you know, however it is, and follow us on X. We've
Yep.
got a link there too,
Yeah, and
and that's all.
we'll see you guys in the next one.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.